Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising, welcome to Ethernal Realms, welcome to your month ahead reading of February 23. So this month is not as dynamic as January was. There's no major turnarounds of huge planets. It seems like a regular month, but because this has your season and you're crossing over to Piscean season, by the 18th, this is going to be a major month for you and Pisces. So if you have any placements in that zodiac, make sure to check that out because it will be part of the second half of the month. But let's see what we have for you. Actually, let's start with the theme and then we will break it down into the top three and then get into the Oracle and Tarot. So we have the third quarter moon with Harvest coming up first, and we have Faith with the waxing crescent. So these are the top two major themes here for you. There can be some rewards that are coming through from previous hard work. There could be some benefits or bonuses you're getting. With Faith here, it can indicate that something you have just been doing without much expectation can be coming through here. So money comes from surprising places or support comes from surprising places. There could be just a renewal of self-confidence as well. I'm feeling you're able to appreciate and acknowledge your efforts and your value a lot more. We do have Mercury there, we have the Sun there, and there's quite a few things happening in your zodiac since the end of January and also now in Feb. So it is all talking about your personality, your attitude, demeanor, how you feel about yourself, the world, and all of that. So whenever the Sun comes back to our zodiac, i.e. our birthday, or towards your rising sign or moon sign, depends on what you're watching for, it brings about a revitalization of that particular planet or that zodiac, that area of life. So that's where we see some rewards and signs that something we have been doing is working. So that renews our faith for what is to come. There can be adjustments that you're doing here, pivoting in some way because it makes sense for you, kind of making little tweaks, better adjustments to make things much more smooth. And also it could be that you have some goals for the year, or at least for the first half of the year, for a couple of months, and this year is indicating that you have some signal or validation whether something is in the right track or not, and that helps you better understand which way to plan and strategize. So this month is kind of settling into all the big planets that did turn direct in the end of Jan, and making new resolutions or setting new goals, having new realizations and so on, in order to move forward. So the top major thing that's happening for you in this month is fair man. We have dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray or white hair. This is feeling like a King of Swords kind of vibe to me, like a counselor, teacher. It could be representing you as well, given that you are in the center of the show, in at least till the 18th. And this can indicate that your Aquarian nature is going through some changes, if you want, or like an upliftment. There is more boost, you're standing out more, you're not shy to present yourself. There could be a different way that you are dressing up or showing up in the world through your roles and responsibilities or literal appearances. There can be an attitude shift as well that I was talking about. It can come through you or someone that you respect. Fair man, it feels like a more senior influence. There can be a maturation that you're going through as well. Okay, but we'll see the tarot, kind of see how that plays out. Then we have flowers with happiness. So this month is happy overall. So that again supplements what I was saying. You have a rise in confidence, and your personality is shining more. Your happiness is more conducive. You could be coming off more charming. So if you have something to say, then this would be a very nice time to express yourself in many different ways, actually. Doing what makes you feel happy, and prioritizing that is going to be important for you here. Oftentimes we kind of stop ourselves from doing everything that makes us happy because it might not be allowed, or it goes against something else that we must do, etc., etc. And it does require some amount of faith to let go of stresses and tensions in order to just have fun and be happy and step into that type of vibe. So I feel like you're prioritizing that, and that's what also leading to your confidence. And then we have August. There could be a Leo present in your life. This is also right opposite your zodiac. And we have a full moon taking place in Leo on the 5th of Feb. So that day could be important around that time, like a week before, after. It could be important for you as well. This can indicate meeting someone new in terms of romantic connection or a new friendship. There could be a completion of a cycle. So if you're already dating someone and you feel like this person seems nice enough to follow through, then this can be stepping up the official label that you have, let's say, or it could be showing a greater amount of affection or commitment towards one another, keeping more faith in the process, and so on. I don't feel a rushing vibe, which is very good. Harvest gives me a 7 of Pentacles type of vibe. So even if a lot of changes are happening, number 8 is associated with August, 8th month, so that talks about prosperity and also changes. So even if changes are happening, it does not feel like you're being shoved into those changes. You being a fixed sign, I'm sure you don't appreciate a very huge drastic change without any of your permission. So I like that you have a very good sense of control here in this month. Next we have, the edge of evolution feels messy. This is about stepping outside boundaries, stepping out of your comfort zones, and doing kind of coloring outside the lines. That's what I keep hearing. So you could literally do that, and that makes you feel very happy to just go crazy and do whatever you feel like. And that can be a different type of liberation, right? You as a zodiac are representing revolutions and rebellion, things like that, which is eccentric and out of the norm. And that is exactly what the Aquarian zodiac represents, that even if we are all diverse and very unique in our own separate ways, we can still come together because ultimately we are all connected to one another, and so on. So it can be that you are showing off more of that unique personality in this month, and that is helping you break out of your own chains and limitations. So what you feel as though is the end all, as in you're just stuck in a certain job, or you're just stuck in a certain house, there's no way out, then there's like nothing else to do, so just suck it up and just be there. That type of mentality, I feel, is you're breaking out from that. Okay, and it can feel chaotic, of course, because it is a change. Any change can feel chaotic if we are like resisting it, and even if we are not, there can be many unknowns that are there. So it can feel a little bit messy, but I feel like you're in charge of this. It's as though you want to go for something new here, or you want to explore a different idea, follow up on some inspiration, or get some new inspiration, so that it makes you want to change something about you, about the activities that you're involved in, and things like that. Okay, wow. Then we have shift the way to new potential. Exactly. So this again is about potential and changes, honestly. So this month feels like you are changing a lot of things. It can be switching up your hairstyle, or it can be just changing your wardrobe a bit. What else? Yeah, I'm kind of getting synonymous messages here, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Let's see. One step ahead is all you need. Yeah, this again like puts the power in your hand, right? It's not like you're being shoved into a change and now you just have to deal with it and go where the storm takes you. That is more like eclipse vibe. But in this month, it's up to you. You have enough power in your hands to make things happen. So yeah, if you don't, that's your choice. If you do, that's your choice. It's basically that. But there's plenty of potential to make large changes, and I feel like exponential for some reason. These two things is exponential. Once you begin, I feel you can't stop, because you're automatically inspired by the process. You're not afraid of the change. You're going with it, and you're innovating along the journey. That's what this one step ahead is suggesting, that once you begin this path towards your inspiration, towards what makes you happy, or switching up your lifestyle priorities, once you change your appearance, you can't not see yourself as confident and different, but very powerful and unique in your own capacity, right? So it's a change that you don't go back from. Once you become a butterfly from a caterpillar, there's no like, whoops, no thank you, I just want to go back to my cocoon, right? That doesn't happen. So yeah, okay, big changes here. Then we have the King of Swords. Nice. Nice. This is the fair man energy that I was getting. So very nice. This indicates that you can be talking to a counselor. It can be a teacher figure that you have in your life. It can be an elder, parent, grandparent, something like that. Or it can be you stepping up into that guide role. Perhaps that's the shift that you need to take. You know, there's also a movement up in terms of like you might get more students to guide or to teach if that applies for you. Or it could be that you are thinking higher and bigger, perhaps, you know, attracting projects, new clients, and you're looking at things from a bigger picture such that you can strategize more effectively. And honestly, when you zoom out and look at things from a bigger point of view, these little changes that we need to make, they don't seem as daunting, right? It is hard to keep up, perhaps, because that's a question of discipline, but it is not hard to imagine and set into motion something new that we want. So if you can dream it, you can make it happen. So dream big, aspire, you know, think ahead, think to what your dream is and your ideals are, and be like really serious about that, stick to it and make it happen. Okay, so the more clearly you can convey to yourself, the more likely you are to follow up on any self-promises you make. Okay, and also you're very open to taking in guidance from others. So if you look up to someone and you need help from somebody, then this is a very good month to acquire a lot of benefits. There can be some important conversations, documents, contracts, things like that that come through here. You could be changing a job if that's something you resonate with. You can be changing your role as well. King of Swords is getting a promotion, or it's at the highest level, honestly, so it can indicate like you have a very good relationship with your authority figures, and there can be like you need to make the first step and ask for a promotion or a raise, and then it takes you down a spiral. But it can be scary to, you know, have that conversation. Might be a little bit awkward, but that doesn't mean that you just stay where you are, right? Then we have Temperance, which indicates a pretty much balanced and moderate month. This indicates that you can bring things into balance here. You can very diplomatically connect and communicate with others. So any conflicts in the workplace, any stresses you have in life, you're able to manage very effortlessly. There is also a lot of protection and guidance in this month for you, again, with the King of Swords. So if you're not resonating with an authority figure and you're not becoming an authority yourself, then this can indicate you're communicating with an ancestor, a guide, you know, your inner guide. You might be meditating or detaching yourself from everyday life, taking a bit of a breather, like after work you kind of meditate a bit, or after school you kind of think about it and reflect on it a little bit, and that gives you a very good sense of where you are, where you need to be headed next, and so on. This also is the full moon vibe that I'm getting. Sun opposite the moon. So honestly, the 5th of February might be quite important for you here. Okay, that full moon can bring about some major changes. On the same day, yes, we have Venus squaring Mars, and that's in Pisces and Gemini. So there can be trying to bring together the emotion and the mindset. So in the workplace, in some public setting, it might be that you have to bring together different ways of thinking or operating. So if you work in a team, this is a very good chance to show off your leadership skills, your diplomatic skills, and bring together very different people under one roof. So conflict resolution is top notch. If that applies, then it's a very nice month to honestly showcase that and increase your value, or like show your value to your authorities and your peers as well. Okay, next we have the Ace of Cups, which indicates new love coming through. It can be an increase of self-love and self-confidence as well. You're respecting yourself a lot more. You're caring for yourself a lot. King of Swords can also indicate like what do you think to yourself? Are there like negative thought patterns? Temperance indicates healing of those things as well, bringing into balance everything that is erratic or extreme. So making a change does not mean breaking down everything and starting from scratch. It can mean making a small adjustment that changes the way that you see things, right? So even if it's a small act, it creates a big difference. So we're looking at creative and strategic ways to do that. Okay. Now, Ace of Cups, again connecting with the Leo full moon, can really indicate you're bringing in, perhaps you're getting over somebody, and this can be the time that you're closing out that cycle. You're fully balanced and you're ready for a new partnership. Perhaps you have a tendency to attract people like you, but this would be the time that there's a new beginning and you're attracting your opposite or your complement, honestly. Okay? And that's where you can get a different perspective, you can understand yourself better, and it's overall a more harmonious relationship here. Okay, next we have the black hole, and we have magnetic field. Okay, so you're absolutely an attractor here. In this month, you can be feeling attractive, you're coming across more attractive to people. So again, if you are interested in someone, if you want to meet someone, this is a good month to, try it out, go to new places, talk to different people. Your personality is absolutely noticeable, for sure. You're coming across here, here, and here. So yeah, loud and clear. What else? Yes, even opportunities. It's just one initiation that is needed from your side, and everything else kind of seems to spiral around that and find its own place, basically. So if you work with manifestation, law of attraction, things like that, then this would be a nice month to use your feelings, kind of raise that vibe, feel in the happiness which you already have in this month, and from that place of joy and gratitude, wish for something that you've always wanted, and don't be afraid to dream big, okay? It can also be that you use scripting or like speaking out your intentions out loud, using many different methods. There are so many out there that can bring about your dreams as well. So again, that would need one step from you, but then it creates a large change. A black hole is also giving me the vibe that you're leaving behind things very immediately. Like there's a lot of courage and strength that I'm feeling in this reading here, even though we don't have that card. The black hole is like just immediately sucking out what is not needed anymore, something that is dead and just gunk and just unnecessary, that is being uplifted. And all three cards as well, they're not very, heavy. There's no pentacles here. So it's all about the lighter, subtler body, what's going on in your feelings, what's in your thought process, what's in your spiritual body. Those are the things that are being cleansed, purified, and uplifted in this time, so that you have a more magnetic aura, not just in this month, but even down the road. But the more proactive you are with working with this, the longer it stays and the more conscious you are of it. So there's nothing that can damage it, of course. But yes, there is like a quick removal of things that are not for you anymore. So that could be a change. Okay, so let's see. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the month of Feb. We have North Node, Libra, and the 10th house. Yeah, okay, so there could be, again, a partnership, business partnership you're entering into for some of you. Libra also, as a career, you might choose to be into HR or other forms of conflict resolution. 10th house also shows like leadership skills and relationship, IQ, things like that. So you understand people, and that's what makes you a good leader. You can see where people are coming from, even if it's a totally different perspective from yours. You could have some important Libra placements, by the way. But Libra is also the zodiac of relationships, and that has been a little bit loud and clear with the August and the Ace of Cups, also the Temperance. So that could be a very important thing in this month for you. Career and relationships, it seems like, and life purpose comes in here in the middle right there. It can indicate that you're trying to harmonize your career and relationships. Perhaps you're spending too much time in career or too much with relationships, and that's harming one or the other. And that's where Temperance comes in, and you're kind of trying to find the peace and the balance there. But North Node brings with it soul fulfillment. It is like difficult to follow through and make the peace, so it can be very different people or different careers that you're switching to, different positions, different roles or responsibilities. So it might be uncomfortable in the sense that you have to learn certain things, meet new people, and so on and so forth. But I mean, there's nothing exciting about the comfort zone. There is no growth in the comfort zone. So honestly, why do we stay stuck there? A little bit of comfort is amazing, which you have, honestly, because you're happy, you're very excited about this change, it feels like. But then there's like a healthy amount of stepping outside the lines and meeting new things. You can be expanding your professional network, collaborating with people from who are more experts in their field. Can be artistic in nature as well. Libra is quite artistic, creative, expressive, and you could have a lot of fun doing that. Okay, so anything you want to say in this month is a very nice time to just come out and say it honestly, because you have a very good chance that you're expressing it on point. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Aquarians. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed and that the messages resonated. Let me know your thoughts. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye.